What up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of JP Raleigh with Pokemon Go. Wanted to go over a bunch of things. There is a lot going on, man. Niantic and Pokemon Go hit us with a lot of stuff, and so did the Sylph League with a new tournament talk out. Obviously, the thing this video is going to be about is the bug event. I do realize that they did put out the event for the next community day in April, being bag on. Totally excited about that. Definitely will cover that later. That it will be April 13th, so look out for a video about that about a week before it, so we can go ahead and prep for it. Salamence is going to be huge. Bagon is awesome, shiny. Like, it's going to be something to look into. But before we talk about anything else today, I do want to let you know that I did compete in my Tempest Cup. Shout outs to the carry group. I did not win. There were a lot of really good people in this week's battle. I won't tell you much more about it because I'm working on editing that video so you guys can see what happened, but keep an eye out for the Tempest Cup tournament results. They also released the fact that we will have the Kingdom Cup, which is going to be super exciting. I'm not going to talk too much about it in this video. I will make a deep dive, or however everybody else is talking about it, but I'll have my top 10 for it. Obviously, I can tell you 3 of them off the top of my head real quickly. Lucario is going to be extremely important. Bastiodon, extremely important, and Blaziken. There are a lot of other Pokemon that will become interesting to look at and counters to those other counters. So I will have a top 10 out very soon, so look for that. They also released Giratina. As you can see down here, Giratina is going to return in a few days on the 28th. Obviously, that's going to be like today, this afternoon at 4 o'clock, and it's 3 o'clock now, so in an hour things are going to get crazy. So if it's 4 o'clock where you are now or later, go out and do some Giratina if you didn't get them the first time. But like I said, there are another crazy events coming up very quickly. Lotad is the other day event, kind of like we had Feebas Day in the other research, except they kind of changed it this time. One of the positive is it's going to be one day, but it's going to be from 11 until 8. So no more with that 3-hour window. We now will have plenty of time in order to get Lotad. And obviously, like I kind of predicted, they're either going to release a shiny or a move. And with Castform being able to be shiny starting on the 30th, it's going to be extremely important to go out there and find out what your weather is to see which Castform you can get. And it's going to be able to learn Weather Ball. Not sure where in the PvP world that's going to come in. I know that Ludicolo and Lotad in general are in the Great League when it comes to certain metas, so go ahead and stock up with them. And if you're looking for that 100%, which I know most of you are, when you do the research, 256 is that 100%. All right, so we've covered a lot, but the important part that I want to talk about is April 2nd, the bug event. Everybody is looking right past this, and this is kind of upsetting me in the fact that this is a great opportunity for you to go out and get bug Pokemon. And everybody's like, oh, I can't stand Weedle. Oh my god, all I see is Venonat and Paris. Yeah, but here's the thing. If you're a PvP person, we've already found out that something as weak as what you would think is a Venonat turning into a Venomoth is extremely important in PvP. So I want to give you guys a few, probably 10 or so Pokemon to look out for during this Pokemon bug event, because it's going to become very important for PvP. The other interesting thing is 1 hour incense. So incense is going to last for an hour. That makes things much more interesting when it goes to catching and grinding. And it's going to start April 2nd and it's going to last through the 9th. So once again, the spawns are kind of change based on nests and this event. And there are 3 shinies that you can find in this already. But obviously, if you haven't got your shiny Pinecos, you haven't got your Caterpies, you can go out and find those. But bugs are going to be everywhere, and these are the 10 that I think you should look out for. The big part of this is saving your Stardust. That's probably what I will title this video, is bug event equals saving Stardust. And this is what I mean by it. So if you look at the bug types that are very relevant in the Great League, One of the first ones that comes up is Pineco and Fortress. They are involved in this tournament, and they probably will be in the future. Here's the thing. Bug Pokemon do have 3 weaknesses, rock being one of them. So if you have a bug type that has rock moves, it essentially can counter its counters. So looking for bug Pokemon in the Great League, the number one that I would talk about, this is just to save dust. What I want to tell is the levels and CPs that you can find these guys at to make sure that you can save a ton of Stardust. I only want to power things up at most 3 times. So that's why I'm going to tell you guys these numbers. So first is Pineco, because Fortress is an option in the Great League, and it does have a shiny, so it just adds to the allure. If you're trying to get Fortress to 1500, you're going to be looking for a Pineco in the level 21 to 22 area. What that means is you're going to be looking for CPs between 665 and 696. If you catch a whole bunch of Pinecos, you can go through and quickly get rid of anything below 665, and anything above that, check it out and see what it evolves to. And I promise you it's going to be close to 1500. Oh, let's go ahead and get the stop while we're sitting here. The other thing is, it will be, like I said, have the opportunity to have a shiny, so that's just kind of like an awesome thing to bring into Great League PvP. It just kind of shows people up for a second. They're like, whoa, caught off guard, that's awesome. Oh, you missed a fast move. So that's Pineco to get to Fortress. Next one is going to be Scyther / Scizor. So Scizor is extremely important in the meta when it comes to a bug type. It's very important. It's one of the highest level bugs, and it can be used in Great League PvP. So if you are looking to get a Scizor into the Great League, you need to find a Scyther between level 16 and level 17. So basically you're looking at anything from 1237 to 1314. So that's a big area to look for. Anything under 1315. And they do have that research right now where you use an item. I think I have a bunch of Scythers and a bunch of Metal Coats, but none of them are in that range. So I just need to go out and find some Scythers so that I can evolve them into Scizor. And who knows, they might let that become a new shiny. We don't know what shiny is going to come with the bug event. Like I said, we do have Caterpie, we do have Pincer, and we do have Pineco, but we don't know what new one they might have. That's an alarm going off. All right, so next is Venomoth or Venonet, depending on how you look at it. This became very interesting when he got a new move and made everything interesting in the Great League. As you can see, I have 2 under the 1500 because of their move sets. But if you're looking to get a Venomoth in just under the 1500 cap, what you really want to look for is you're going to want a Venonet between level 24 and 25. Obviously, these are if they have ideal 100% IVs. As you can see here, mine are both 65 and 73, so I could go all the way up to level 26. But that means at level 24 to 25, you're looking at 688 to 717. If you get one in there, go ahead and evolve it into Venomoth. The fourth Pokemon I want to talk about is just Scyther in general. So Scyther, without being evolved, can go into the Great League as well. So if you're out there and you see a Scyther, obviously anything under 1500 is a win to try and get him into the Great League. But the ideal for Scyther, if you are looking for one, is between level 18 and level 19, which is between 1397 and 1467. Obviously, it would take maybe 3 power-ups to get him to 1500 area. So Scyther is definitely one I will be looking for. The next one is Beedrill. We haven't had an opportunity for him to become interesting in the Great League, but I have a funny feeling Weedles will be everywhere, and a lot of people ignore Weedle. But what you're going to be looking for when it comes to Weedle, if you want to get a Beedrill just under the 1500 cap, you're going to be looking at level 27 or 26. So anywhere between 352 and 365. What you will see on my screen here is that I label things once I know that they're going to be close to 1500, what they will evolve to, so I know which one to evolve when I need that Beedrill. I do have one that's at least a 1409. So Beedrill will be very interesting. Weedle will probably be everywhere. The next two, pretty much you don't have to worry about the evolution CPs. It's just going to be trying to catch them at the best close to 1500. That's going to be your Volbeat or Illumise, depending on where you are in what region. I do not have a Volbeat, but when it comes to Illumise, I have one that's 1312 and one that's 1257. Obviously, the closer to 1500, the less Stardust I have to use. So you will be looking for anything from level 27 to level 28. As far as Pincer does add the awesome bonus that it can be shiny, and yes, you will see that I have 2 shinies in here. But anything between level 16 and level 17, as you can see, my level 18 is just barely 1503. But anything under 1500, like that 1473, would be awesome. In fact, if I powered him up, I think he would go just above 1500. Yeah, Pincer is one that jumps pretty high, about 40 points, so keep an eye out for Pincer. All right, the next one is extremely important because not only does it get a new evolution, but it also gets a mega evolution, and so down the road this can become important. But Yanma, obviously with the new Sinnoh Stone, Yanmega came into the equation. So if you are looking to get Yanmega, oh, that's a bee, I don't like bees. If you are looking to get Yanmega under that 1500 category, what you're going to be looking for is a Yanma level 16 or level 17, which means it needs to be between the CPs of 672 and 714. And like I said, that one probably will be the biggest one because it does add the flying moveset to Bug, which will be a weakness for some of its counters. All right, last but not least, Parasect. I know a lot of people skip over Paras like it's barely there, but it does have some interesting movesets that can make it interesting in the Great League. So I have a tendency to keep a lot of Parases, but that's just because I like Parasect. And so let's go ahead and look. I have 3 under 1500. When you're looking for Paras, you want to be looking at level 27 to level 28. Anywhere between 785 and 814 will give you that Paras to be perfect for the 1500 for Parasect. Anyway, there are some other honorable mentions in this Bug event. Definitely want to be looking out for. Like I said, I don't know which ones are going to spawn, but if honorable mention Butterfree or any of the Caterpie's obviously shiny, so any of that family, Butterfree is another one to be keeping an eye out, look for. Beautifly in the Great League also can have some added bonus. And last but not least, actually no, Vespiquen was another one that I was talking with a friend with. I don't know if we'll see a lot of them, and I haven't seen a lot of the able to evolve versions of Combee, just because I think what they did is they allowed all of the females to come out for like the first month, and now all I've seen is males. I'm not sure what's going on with Combee as far as that's concerned. You guys tell me in the comments what you think. Literally I have 1 female and the rest are all males. I don't know why they did that way, but potentially we will go ahead and evolve one at some point so you guys can see what that looks like. It is really bright out. So there's my female. It's a 5321. It's not great. And then Masquerain or Masquerain, however you say it, is another honorable mention in this Bug Pokemon event. But basically, if you go into the search button and you type in Bug, you can kind of look at which ones, based on their CP being close to 1500. Let's go ahead and do CP minus 1500 and Bug. So there's the Masquerain, there's the Beedrill I was talking about, Parasect. Armaldo is a weird thing because of the fact that it's rock bug. So I don't think it'll show up during the Bug event. I don't know if Anorith will. But he does have the option to immediately counter any bug counters, so it's very interesting. Not a huge fan of the spiders, Spinarak and Ariados, but once again, keep an eye out. They are bug types. And Leddyba and Kricketune. You never know. Great League is interesting based on having multiple movesets. Seeing as they're bug and flying, you never know when we'll have a flying event, or like the Kingdom Cup where, or not the Kingdom Cup, the Tempest Cup, where they allowed flying, but bug wasn't an advantage to counter any of the major movesets. You never know when they might arrange those 4 different typings to be an advantage for bug types. So Kricketune is just bug, but it has other movesets, and Ladybud does have that flying type. Ariados has the poison type. I thought it would be dark. And Armaldo has the rock type. So you never know when those typings and bug being together might make things interesting. But I just wanted to cover it with you guys. There are a lot of different options when it comes to the bug types. And I feel like nobody's covering this event. It's just going to be like, oh, go out and try and catch perfects or go out and catch shinies. These events are trying to help people get ready for the Great League. And to save yourself Stardust, go out and farm very specific CPs so that you can be ready when you need these Pokemon. As always, guys, catch everything.